Hi everyone, and welcome to today's morning report on Tuesday the 22nd of December with me, Rich Perrin, market analyst at Hantech Markets. The European trading session has got off to a reasonably positive start, and that's basically come on the back of this rebound that we had in Wall Street overnight. That rebound that we saw in Wall Street was basically driven by a recovery that saw the oil price closing slightly higher, and then we've seen that rebound continuing. So we've seen the oil price picking up, and oil price continues to sort of be a driver of sentiment, I believe, and that has certainly helped, I think, European markets at the open. Big question being whether it can last. It's Christmas trading, so trading's fairly thin um, today, but you still see sort of treasury yields under a little bit of downside pressure. So I don't see rally a big Christmas Santa Claus rally developing, but it's very interesting that we've seen the VIX just back down a little bit lower as Wall Street bounced overnight. But yeah, I'm not entirely buying into this rally. I think it's going to be a fairly sort of muted little run. In terms of forex trading, we've got the dollar that's just under a little bit of corrective pressure. It's just in the last couple of days just started to fall away again, and that's interesting because the euros started to rally, and interesting also that the commodity pairs are rallied as well today. So I'll talk through the Kiwi dollar, which is my trade of the day, in a bit. But what we've got to look forward to today, we've got a little bit of data, not too much. We've got the US. Final reading of GDP, that's comes out at 1:30. It's expected to come in at 1.9% annualized. Now that's just slightly down from the second reading of 2.1%. And then at 3 o'clock we've got the existing home sales, which is again just slightly expected to dip to 5.3%. Sorry, 5.3 million. 5.35 million homes. Those two bits of data may have an impact on the dollar, but it's still, I think trading is fairly settled, I think, potentially until Christmas. But be interested to see if the does have a driving force on trading today. But as I said, trading is fairly thin. But looking at the Kiwi dollar, this recovery in commodity prices, or certainly the oil prices, helped the Kiwi dollar just jump higher today. Look at this uptrend channel. Nicely strong positive uptrend channel over the past 5 weeks. Momentum indicators strong. You'd say buying into dips is certainly the way to play the Kiwi now, and I've talked previously about this big pivot level 66.15. We're now trading away from that and finding support at the bottom of that trend channel now, around about 66.80 is the bottom of that trend channel, and we're pushing higher. Looks like we're above 68.30, really testing that resistance. If you break above 68.30, there's not a great deal. This would suggest that you're not going to test that October high of 69 figure area. So it certainly seems as though this big uptrend channel, nicely formed uptrend channel, is pushing the Kiwi ever higher. You've got the momentum indicators, which are all nicely configured, aren't they? Look at the stochastics again finding support around that sort of 60 area, rallying up again. So it's trading above all the moving averages, all pretty much strong across the board. So you'd look out for little dips as your buying opportunities. There seems to be a bit of a level, doesn't it? Old level around about that sort of 67.80 mark, which breaking through that, maybe that can become the basis of support now. So that was an old ceiling that continually came into place, and happened again yesterday to a certain extent, but burst through that today. So perhaps that is now a bit of a bit of support area. You can also draw a nice little uptrend if I can get the relevant jobby. Nice little uptrend on that as well. That uptrend again also comes in around 67.80, so that would be sort of a decent buying area, I would say. With hourly RSI a little bit stretched, you could see a bit of a near-term correction intraday today, and I'd be buying into that dip. But it certainly looks pretty decent, and the bulls are in control at the moment. So I wish you good luck in your trading on the Kiwi today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.